Where's your emergency?
Off of Fawn River.
Okay, you're on Fawn River Road near, what cross street?
You what?
What cross street or what address are you at on Fawn River?
Where are you at? You want to know what street?
We're on Fawn River Road.
I guess it's on Fawn River.
Okay, do you have an address on Fawn River?
Here's the guy.
Okay, sure.
Where's your grandma from?
What's the address you're at on Fawn River?
Off of Workman.
Where?
Off of Workman.
Hello?
Oh, see right over. What's your last name?
Hello?
Huh? What?
What did you say?
What's your last name?
Hello?
You off for Workman's right down here. Yeah.
Yeah, this is 911. What's the address that you're at?
We're at 33339 Fawn River.
Okay, can you tell me what's going on there tonight?
Oh, I don't know. The girl just came to the back door and she had no shoes on, no coat. She's bleeding on her feet, her arms. She said her boyfriend took off somewhere. He wrecked the car and took off running, I guess.
So bleeding on her feet and her arms?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not profusely, it's just getting cut up, you know, but they're not going to lose a lot of blood over it.
Okay, so she said that her boyfriend, like, took off from the area. Do you know, was he abusing her, or what happened?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you that.
Okay. All right. Would you say that does she need medical attention, or you said it's not serious, or what's going on?
Just a minute.
Yep, that's fine.
I'm having a hard time making too much sense from her.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
She just told me she needs help.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. We'll get somebody down that way for her. Do you happen to know what her name is?
No, just a minute. What is your name, hon? Can you tell me your name? She don't seem to want to talk to me.
Okay.
Well, come back in here.
Tell her that help's coming.
Okay.
If you can, tell her that help is coming down that way. I just need her to stay there if she wants assistance.
Yeah, she went outside and ain't got no shoes on, and I give her a jacket.
Okay, what's your name, sir?
John Cassart.
Okay.
I don't know where
And what's your phone number? Okay. All right, sir. Are you able to get outside and see if she's gonna stay there, so I know for my officer?
Well,
So I'm gonna send somebody down there, but.
Yeah, fine. Look, I'm 82 years old. I can't go out searching a 17-year-old girl.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, if you see any more of her, I guess let me know. But I'll
try
send
to get her
somebody.
back. I'll try to get her back in the house.
Okay. All right. I will let him know. I'll get somebody started on that way for you. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. You're welcome. Bye.
Brittany went missing November 30th of 2018 in this area here. And she went to a couple houses looking for help. She called 911 from one gentleman's house, and she when she got there to the gentleman's house, Mr. Kazart, he lives up this way, and saw his motion light come on outside in his driveway, and he thought it was his cat, and he looks out there, and it was my daughter standing in his driveway. Mind you, it was November 30th, so it's cold like it is today. She had no coat on, no shoes on, and she was bleeding from her feet and her arms. He asked her what happened, and she said that her boyfriend and her got into an accident on this curve here, went off the road, and that her boyfriend fled. Then they called 911 a couple times. She tried to call grandmother, but there was no signal. It wouldn't go through. And then she calls 911 twice, and the 911 call just came out now, where we could actually hear what was going on, but I mean, you really couldn't make anything out as far as who was with her, or so she goes down the road to another house, and a young kid was home alone. I think he was like 17 at the time. He was home alone, and he hears a knock on his mother's bedroom window, and when he looked out the window, he was staring at my daughter straight in the face. And when I talked to the kid, I said, "What does she seem like?" He said, "What's crazy is that she was looking, it's like she was looking right through me." And Mr. Kozart said that she seemed very incoherent, she confused. And so I'm like, well, did she hit her head, or what? But after the boy's house, she was never seen again, ever. No clues, no evidence, shred of evidence at all.
During Brittany Shank's 911 call, she mentioned that her boyfriend was with her, that he fled the car accident. This man has never been identified. An hour and a half earlier, Brittany was at her grandmother's doing laundry. The man that she referred to as her boyfriend was with her. This was a man that the grandmother had never seen before. He was described as being between 5'6" and 5'8", in his early to mid-20s, with short blonde hair and sideburns. During the interaction, he was very socially awkward. He didn't make eye contact. Instead of talking, he'd nod. Allegedly, he rushed Brittany from the house, as Brittany became upset that her clothing wasn't dry yet.
She went to her grandmother's house to do laundry. She had a young man with her, mutton chops, 5...
known as Mystery Man.
Yeah,
they released a sketch.
Yeah, I did see the sketch.
Who they believe he was with her that night.
She came over there to do laundry. Grandma and Grandpa and her Uncle Scott and her 2 nephews were all there. Nobody remembers nobody knew who the kid was, apparently, or the guy was, that kid. Brittany usually doesn't take anybody out to her grandmother's house that they don't know, so that's kind of odd. But grandmother did say that she was being rushed to do laundry, so she didn't get it all the way dry, and she was mad about it, and so she left in a hurry. And
then she wrecked here, correct?
Supposedly.
What was her car here when?
I mean, that's what the police say, but it was a little Mercury Milan. It was her boyfriend's car that he was buying from his, I believe, uncle. And the Milan sits really low to the ground. And there was like about this big of a break in the car, like in the what do you want to call it? The fiberglass of the car underneath the parking light, and it didn't even match up with where the trees were. Okay. So I'm kind of like, it was just odd how. And why wouldn't she move from here? Was the car immobile? I don't know, but it didn't seem like I put my car here afterwards, and I could back right out. I don't know what would have made her leave the car and take off running.
Right. So
to house to house.
Did you ever see the car?
I saw the car afterwards.
Okay. Was it like damaged or
just underneath the parking light?
Okay. So like a fender got taken off?
No, a hairline fracture.
Okay.
Yes, in the fiberglass underneath the parking lot.
Okay.
The inside of the car, however, thank you. I was after the car was impounded, they called his uncle and aunt or whomever, her boyfriends, and they came and got the car. Sheldon, her boyfriend, had then called me and said, "Hey, her stuff's out, I actually had one of us contact each other. I can't remember. It's been so long, and I wanted to get her things, her belongings. And when I got to the car, he had just got it at an impound. When I opened the car, like, her stuff was that was in her purse was completely scattered all over the car. Like, every floorboard of the car had something of hers on it, including a necklace that had my granddaughter's first haircut in a little mason jar around, that was made for Brittany, and Brittany never took that off.
Just hours before she went missing, she had taken photos with her phone. Being uploaded to the Google Cloud, she was not wearing that necklace.
Now, she said that it was her boyfriend. Did she have a boyfriend at that time?
She did, which was Sheldon. I've kind of wondered, she liked the title of being a wife and her husband, so I felt like if it was her husband, she would have said it was my husband, but she didn't. She did say boyfriend.
Okay. Now, her boyfriend at the time, he doesn't look anything like the sketch, or did her grandmother ever meet?
We all know who Sheldon is.
Uh-huh.
The kids have been knowing each other since they were like 11 years old. They've been on and off, but always have been friends. So Grandma said that she would definitely recognize him, but when I saw him for the first time after many, many years, I didn't recognize him. But yes, he did fit the sketch, and to the point where he closed his Facebook down for a while and stuff because he was getting a lot of flack from people. So,
do you know the police ever talked to him?
They did.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
they ruled him out.
Mm-hmm. Brittany Shank's personal network was highly complex, which has only further complicated the case and led to the creation of separate factions that are now at odds with each other. One supporter of a faction even became angry when we interviewed Brittany's mother. Our goal, however, remains simple. We aim to help find the missing. We don't pick sides. We just want to share their stories and let the viewers decide. Brittany's mother, the interviewee in this segment. Prior to Brittany's disappearance, she and her mother had a strained relationship. To complicate matters, her mother had started dating Brittany's ex. In the audio clip we're about to play, you can hear the tension and fighting that occurred just before Brittany went missing.
First off, you destroyed yourself. You are a toxic waste to everything and everybody you touch. Secondly, no, I'm not going to threaten you about jail. I'm not going to threaten you about Daniel. I am kind of threatening about Daniel, but you need to shut your fucking big ass mouth. Don't be making phone calls. Don't be sending fucking people to send them messages. Like, you are full of shit and everybody knows it. Everybody knows you can't have kids. Brittany, you're not fucking pregnant. You're sick in the head. There's something wrong with you. Seek help. That's what you need to do. Immediately. You fuck with people's lives. You fucking tormented mine. You torment your dads. You torment everybody's. You torment Daniel. You torment your children. You fucking suck, dude. You suck. You suck the life right out of fucking people. Nobody likes you. We do not want to talk to you. We do not want to hear from you. Trust and believe God would not be as stupid to give you another chance and give you life again. He would not be that fucking retarded.
Yep, and you're blocked again. And no, actually, I'm doing fucking great. Thank you. But you have a good one. And don't contact me anymore. You're not my mom. You mean nothing to me. And as far as Daniel, that was my closure. I don't really give a fuck. Other than that, I don't have anything to say. Daniel's a worthless piece of shit who will never amount to anything, nor be anything. He's a big-ass fucking dope head, and I don't want anything to do with that, or anybody who does it. So, have a nice life. Stop contacting me. And no, I get to see my kids on a regular basis. All of them. Thank you.
So stop texting him, stop calling him, stop emailing him, stop everything, stop having people contact him. Or I am going to let everybody know where little Miss Brittany is at. And I'm going to ruin your life. Stay the fuck away from everybody.
I was just granted visitation with my boys, so it doesn't really matter. You do you and I'll do me. And you can live your dope style life with Daniel. And let him keep ruining your life, too. He's a piece of shit. I don't give a fuck about him. And I moved back out of state, so it doesn't really matter. And yep, that's why my dad talks to me on a regular basis now, too, huh? And as far as Daniel goes, I'm with somebody, so I don't really give a shit. Like I said, that was just my closure. I could care less about him.
Daniel, Brittany's ex, they had recently broken up, with Daniel starting to date her mother, Jessica, which added another layer of tension to the situation. Sheldon, Brittany's boyfriend, who began dating her in October. He was very supportive, encouraging her to get sober and even lending her his car. Brittany's children. Brittany had 4 children who were living with foster parents. In the year that she went missing, 2 of her children were adopted, with the other 2 following suit the next year. On the day Brittany disappeared, she left a cryptic message on her social media account, which appeared to be directed towards her children. Brittany's marriages. Brittany had been married twice. She married for the second time in 2016. While she was married, her home was raided in February 2017, resulting in her children being placed in foster care. Her husband was jailed, but released about a month before Brittany went missing. He was upset after learning Brittany had signed away parental rights for the children, and he had just been informed that Brittany wanted a divorce.
Since this morning when I was looking for my wife out in the woods.
So you're looking for your wife in the woods,
yes,
and you have a girlfriend. So just tell me a little more about it.
I've been married. I got married in 2016. Me and my wife split up. We haven't fully got the divorce yet.
All right.
So we're separated. Well, she went missing November 30th. Last seen at her grandma's house. And I've been looking for her ever since.
So, and just so I understand, you just went out to an area in the woods that you thought she may be at looking for her injured or deceased? Is that what you're saying?
Huh?
Injured or deceased? Or you
Correct.
think maybe she's just hanging out there or something?
Both.
Okay.
Or anything I can find. Because she was in a car accident out there on Workman Road.
Where's Workman?
Out on Fawn River.
Down by Sturgis?
Yes. Towards Brunson.
Dutchie, an alleged drug dealer who Brittany visited on the day she went missing. Ashley, a representative of the non-family faction. She appears in this video with Brittany's husband a few weeks after Brittany's disappearance. Ashley is a friend of Brittany and has been extremely vocal in her case.
I'm also going to give him a verbal warning for operating outside of his driver's license.
Anything about that.
You don't care about that?
It's my kid's Christmas.
Is that your boyfriend?
No, he's a friend.
He's just a guy that was able to drive your car?
A friend. Just because he's a man doesn't make him my boyfriend.
I ask you that because he told me he was driving his girlfriend's car.
No,
That's the reason that I say that.
my boyfriend is in county.
Ashley? That was me addressing you politely.
That's fine. I'm talking to Brad Balk right now.
Okay. Are you going to grab items out of this vehicle?
I don't know because I'm not sure what all I have
Use
in
your
here.
hands and make it happen, otherwise leave the traffic stop.
This is my vehicle.
If you remain here,
That
you're
I
going
could
to be
have
arrested.
asked to have the search stopped.
No, you
now
couldn't
that I am
have.
here.
Leave.
Do not touch me. Do not touch me.
Put your hands behind your back.
No, do not touch me.
You're under arrest.
Call Brad. Holy shit.
Put your hands behind you.
Holy shit.
Put your hands behind your back.
Knock it off.
Stop.
Oh my God. I'm going to have your job. My God, please call Brad.
Stop pulling.
They smashed my head on the window.
Nobody smashed your head.
Bullshit.
Stop turning around.
God, you guys do.
Knock it off.
Stop pulling. Relax your arms.
Knock it off.
Oh, you guys are both fucking fired.
Okay. You were allowed as a courtesy to come here.
Both of you saw that, correct?
It was videotaped. It's fine.
My fucking head.
Then you shouldn't have jumped into your car.
Bullshit, you fucking bastard.
Walk to the patrol car.
No.
No what?
Yeah, I'm getting you both on assault.
Get in.
Fucking miserable bastards.
What?
Shut the door, it's cold. Let's go.
You need to calm
so I
down.
can talk to Brad.
You need to calm down.
No, I don't. You
so that
smashed
this
my
is
head
only
in
a
the fucking
disorderly misdemeanor.
window so you can prove a point. You're a big bad boy. Whoa, you hurt a girl. Good for you. Merry fucking Christmas to you too. Merry fucking Christmas.
Calm down so that this is just a citation
Because
misdemeanor.
you don't have any clue the bullshit that I've been through.
You're right.
In 2019, a group called Missing Brittany Nicole Shank Wallace was created by Brittany's mother. However, Ashley later took control of the group and openly admitted to hacking into Brittany's mother's accounts. The last person in this circle, the one who holds the key to discovering what happened to Brittany, is this mystery man. But who is he? Here's something interesting. One group has posted about this mystery man 14 times, trying to figure out his identity. Yet the group controlled by Brittany's friends hasn't shared the sketch even once.
About 9 or 10 days after she went missing, Sheldon gets a hold of me and says, I need you to come get these notebooks. And I was like, for what notebooks? And he said, she had just changed all of her passwords to every single social media, text now, like everything on her social media stuff, anything online, she had changed the passwords, and she wrote down what it was, like text now numbers, Gmails, Facebook. She changed every single password and she put the new password on it. And I was like, he says, Eric's trying to get them, and Eric and Ashley's trying to get them, and I need you to come get them from me so that they don't get them. And I'm like, okay. So I go get them. And there's 2 notebooks. And honestly, I thumb through them and see what they were. And I'm like, there's just no way in the world the police won't be able to find her because it's all right here. So I go directly to the police station. After that, when James did this podcast, the Hide and Seek podcast, there was an episode where James was asking Ashley for something, and she was thumbing through her phone, and she comes across a video, or an audio message, and it was actually to Sheldon from Ashley, and she's telling him, hey, she's talking about the notebooks with the passwords in them. So check it out. If the cops are there, Pockets just went to jail, which was her boyfriend. He just went to jail, so I'm all emotional basically anyway. I can cry at a drop of a dime. So let's say if the police are there, I'll just play the, oh my God, my friend's missing card and basically fake crying. And if they're not there, well, we can get the notebooks. But if they're there, that's what we'll do. And James is like, wait, hold up. What did you just say?
Hey, how about if I go over there? I was just telling Eric, if I go over there and the cops aren't there, I can ask for it. If the cops are there, Pockets already got me upset, so I can cry at the drop of a hat, and I'll just play the, oh my God, where's my friend card. Only if they're there.
And this girl, Ashley, she was Brittany's friend at the time, but she was also selling drugs to her. But she was also sleeping with Brittany's estranged husband, Eric. Also at the time, there was a little love triangle going on. And so when this podcast, the Hide and Seek podcast, came out in 2021, they put a lot of pressure onto this, and Ashley was feeling the pressure, and so she wanted to go and seek help. And she said, we're going to find her. This is my best friend. They're trying to blame this now on me. And there was just too many red flags. She ended up sending her files over to another woman. And the woman started going through the files, and she found pictures of this gas receipt. And she looked at the date on it, and the date says November 30th, 2018. She goes, that's the same date that Brittany went missing. She's like, it's on Fawn River Road Marathon gas station. That could have been Brittany. So this woman gets a hold, Shasta, she gets a hold of Brittany's sister, Maddie, and they compare the debit receipt to Brittany's MasterCard, and it was the same count, the same her. So they proved that it's Brittany's receipt. And so then when they go and ask Ashley, the best friend, how did you get possession of this gas receipt, the story has changed multiple times, and then the police around here aren't taking it very serious. And were searches done in these areas?
Yes.
By you, but
and the police did too. And here's another thing. So Chad Spence, our new sheriff, when he was on the case in the beginning, they had me wait 30 days for them to search for her. So I'm like, I'm her mom. I cannot wait 30 days. There's no way I'm waiting 30 days. You guys are out of your mind. So I conducted a bunch of searches, and whether it was 2 of us or 100 of us, we came out here all the time. And I searched everywhere, anything kind of lead I got, I searched everywhere out here. And even when the police said they went out here, I still went behind them and searched again because I just didn't feel like, it's my kid.
Right.
So, then they conducted a large search. Detective Spence did. I knew it was about to happen. He said he would call me afterwards and let me know what they find, if they find anything. Then, so after Spence did that first search, he calls me. He was like, well, we didn't find anything at all. Like, and I'm like, so disappointed. And I'm like, listen, like, why? I have a question. Like, why would you wait so long, to do this big search when the winter months probably just washed away any kind of evidence that would have ever been out there for you to find? And he said to me, we already presumed that she was deceased. So what was the harm going to be for her to lie out there for a few more months instead of having my officers succumb to the weather?
That's
and I'm like, what did you just say to me? No. What? Then her husband came out on one of the searches, and when we were out here looking, and we were right down where the road tees off here, and he says he apparently found the back to her phone.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if that's true, and I don't know if it was actually her phone. So he did apparently find some, but he was acting really strangely and just he got it right out here from that Ashley girl, and then he turns around, he goes over there and he's separate from all of us. He doesn't even search with us. He's searching in other places.
Kind of like where he knew it was.
Right.
So it was just a back cover, or?
Yeah, apparently. I never seen it, so.
I took a picture of it, and then they matched the numbers to Brittany's phone. Another rumor that she was at a guy named Don Hill's house, and he lives off the Fawn River the opposite way.
He's in Wyoming now.
Towards White Pigeon, and it was apparently a drug house that anybody could go into. They were making counterfeit money in the basement. There was rumors that she was taken there that night and drugged and
put in a dog kennel.
Held for 2 weeks and things like that. And then the house it was 14 days after Brittany went missing. The house had an arson attempt, and then it didn't work. And so then it was like 2 or 3 days later, it had the second arson attempt. And the guy that owned the house, Don Hill, he skipped town and
to Wyoming.
And,
I set the police after him out there.
I
have a police report
out there. The podcasters tried to get a hold of him out there when he came in to have an interview with the cops out there in Wyoming. He had a drink of water and he threw it out in the trash, and then he took it back out. And I went into that house and I saw the house when the first time they burnt it, and then we walk in the back door. There was 7 of us. Nobody was there. The house is just they had just up and just left all of a sudden. So back porch, you walk in the door, there's a deep freezer, which was crazy because right before that there was a lady found in Sturgis in a deep freezer. Her boyfriend had chopped her up, put her in there. So we were like, ugh. Then there's basement steps, but we didn't go down those yet. We checked the freezer. We went into the back door, and there was in the kitchen area, there was a ready clean drink, which is covering a drug screen drink in there, unopened. Dishes were in the dishwasher. The house was clean, but dishes were just washed. And then there was a picture on the wall, a collage, had Sheldon in it, and a bunch Brittany's boyfriend, and a bunch of just random people. And JJ Fox had taken something out from behind that picture frame, and I'm like, what do you have? He was like, he stuffed it, and I was like, what do you have? It was counterfeit money that he knew it was there. So I was like, how did you even know? Because you affiliated out here too. So then, the living room area, then you go walk down this hall, and it's a 2-bedroom. The first bedroom's on the left, untouched. There was a dresser in the hallway. The bathroom's on the right. Everything else was fine. Except for the bathroom wall was wilted because the next bedroom was burnt to a freaking crisp. Yeah, down to the metal. The metal was almost melting. That's how hot it was. Had gotten. In the yard, there's spots. There's gas cans everywhere. There's spots all over the yard where they had made burn piles. And I know this is really weird, but there was these clown heads everywhere on these burn piles. Yeah. And I had heard that they were trying to reenact ICP songs. Oh, okay. And I'm like becoming all down to satanic stuff. Yes. Ritualistic stuff. And with that being said, there was trees zip tied together,
Blair Witch stuff. It was really bizarre. Then I find 2 pairs of panties in the yard that definitely could fit my daughter. Down in the basement, there was a mattress. So you lift the mattress up, there's blood. There's a blood stain. There's a small bra there. And then we find a coat underneath the steps, which was green. It wasn't the one, but it was a green coat. So I called the cops.
Don Hill's house since then was bulldozed. His son bulldozed it down. Everything's been flattened. They sold it.
We were listening to the podcast on the way here. Now, the last one we listened to, he talked to someone that claimed to be an ex-big drug dealer around here. Now, he said that he had talked to her, so that would have been in 2023 he made that podcast, so about 2 years prior to that, so 2021, and she was stating that she was trying to get out of town and go to, like, Texas or somewhere. Do you know anything about that?
She's always, listen, we used to, as the kids were younger, we traveled a lot. I love to travel, so do they. And so any chance we got to get out of the state, we did, you know. Yeah. Usually it was Florida, Kentucky. But the only time that I remember her saying anything like that was when her ex, Daniel, took her to Wisconsin.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't know any time where she's just been like, I've got to get, I mean, I don't know any time she's been like, I have to get out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
So.
Now, is it a possibility that she got in too deep and decided to disappear? Even
witness protection?
Yeah, like.
I've thought about it.
Because, I mean, if she got in too deep, she might break all ties to keep y'all safe.
Her kids.
Yeah, her kids, yes.
That'd have been.
How many kids did she
4.
have? 4, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that it's possible.
You know, and on her last picture that morning before she went missing, how did she word it? She said something like, just know that I love you, Caden Reese, Serenity Paisley. I hope you can forgive me or something like that. There's something along those lines. And it struck me like, why is she saying that? You know, like,
right.
What is she about to do that they, you know, need to forgive her for? But I didn't know if she was talking about something that was about to happen or because she had given him up for adoption.
Cold night on a lonesome road. Your car veers where the shadows go. 6 years now since that cold night passed. Mystery man left you so fast. Brittany, where'd you disappear? Voices calling out, they plead and cheer. Home's a place that's missing you, dear. Brittany, come back in the fear. A face unseen, a shrouded past. Memories of you, they hold fast. Whispering winds call out your name. Bound by love in a timeless game. Footsteps echo through the trees. Silent search upon our knees. Every clue a flicker of a light. In the dark we find our fight. The stars that witnessed your last ride hold ransom where you choose to hide. Hope's a beacon through the end.